Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and this is Andrew Kerr with the Museum of the Southwest, the Blakemore Planetarium. He's the new director. He's been here less than 2 years, but is really, really getting involved not only in our community, but really exciting things that are happening with the West Texas Astronomers Group. And before we get away from the governance of the Museum of the Southwest and the Blakemore Planetarium, you have a community board because this is a nonprofit agency.
Exactly.
And so you have a community board that determines the policies and procedures, and then you have the director of the museum, and you direct the planetarium. Okay,
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure everybody understood,
Oh, of
because
course.
there's always people that say, I'd like to contribute something, and they want to make sure that it's a charitable organization that
Yes.
they can get a deduction
We
for.
are a nonprofit group.
And before we leave here today, I want us to talk about volunteer opportunities, because I know that people that work there as volunteers just love it.
Oh, well, that's always a good thing to hear for us as
That's
well.
right.
So.
And so now you were telling us the hours it was open and so on, but now tell us a few of the opportunities that people have when they come there.
Well, what we have is we have, first and foremost, we have the Dome, of course. And the Dome is where we do our sky shows, as well as where we do our full dome video.
And if you haven't sat through a dome show,
Oh.
it's just amazing.
It is truly amazing. It's 3D without the glasses, and the screen goes all the way around you. So we have a full 360-degree screen. Inside the dome, we actually have a stadium seating, and the dome is tilted a little bit. For those who are used to the way that the planetarium was before the renovations, the dome used to be all at one level, but we've tilted the dome so that the movies are actually much easier to see. You don't have to crane your neck all the way back in order to see the movies anymore. But we do show a full dome video, which right now is called Oasis in Space, which is a tour of the solar system about the search for water through the different planets and moons. But we have different shows, and we usually change them about once a month. Our show coming up in April is actually going to be Black Holes, the Other Side of Infinity, which tells us a little bit about black holes, takes us on a tour by running us inside of a black hole at the end of it. And then coming in May, we're going to have a brand new show. I was just able to order a new show for the planetarium called Dawn of the Space Age, which is about the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union back in the 1950s and 60s.
In the Sputnik area.
Exactly. We have a wide variety of shows that are good for all ages, and that's just 3 of our shows that we have. We actually have about 7 shows right now that we can do.
And doesn't it just thrill you when you see little children come in and their faces just all of a sudden light up when
it's
they
absolutely
see this?
incredible, and even the adults whose faces
know,
light up
that's
as
true.
well, because it's not just limited to kids who can get excited about space. Especially like we were talking, we live in a great area for astronomy, and so many people can benefit from actually learning a little bit about what's going on out there.
Oh, I think that is wonderful. And one of the things that I know that I've heard some of the school teachers say, it is the most fun field trip that their students take all
That's
year.
absolutely a wonderful thing for us to hear. I enjoy having the teachers, and I try and make sure that their day at the planetarium is the best day that we can possibly give
And then
them.
the teachers have things that they can take back into their classroom and
They do have some
reinforce.
things, exactly, and I always make sure that the teachers know that they can contact me with any question that their kids come up with that stumps them. So
Good.
I try and make it so that we're a resource, not just when they come to the planetarium for their field trip, but they can think of me as a resource year-round.
Well, tell us some of the other things that happen. You know, one of the things that someone told me the other day is that they had a class reunion, and they brought the whole class of 1954, I think is what they said, up to the planetarium for
Actually,
one of the evenings?
I think they came to the museum for their, but I'm not real sure. But I do know that we have one class reunion that's considering having a family night at the planetarium. We actually do have our new classroom area, which is part of the area that was built onto the planetarium during the renovation. And that classroom area we can rent out for birthday parties, business meetings, for
catered dinners.
Catered dinners. We actually have quite a few things like that that go on. Our birthday parties have been a real boon. We have a birthday party just about every weekend now at the planetarium, and it's really taking off. But and we have all sorts of different groups that come in and make use of our facilities, and we're really lucky to have that facility as well.
Yeah, I just see all kinds of possibilities, because this is something that people don't just normally think about. If somebody doesn't say, do you know that we have the most special place, that you won't see things like that anywhere else? You've got to come
exactly.
here.
and that's really the word of mouth has been what's passed for us for renting out our classroom area. And you can, when you rent the classroom area, like you said, have a catered dinner. We can include a dome show for your group if you would like to. And I usually try and keep our exhibit area. We have a hands-on interactive space exhibit area at the planetarium as well. And usually I make that available to the groups who come in for the rentals.
Is that an interactive thing where they punch buttons and something appears?
Exactly.
And
they can. There are touch screens.
I haven't been in it since it was renovated. That's the reason I'm asking you.
We have touch screen computer systems that you can explore the timeline of the universe. You can also find out how much you would weigh on a different planet. So you can put in your weight, and your weight pops up with little asterisks, like a password, so nobody can tell what your exact weight is. And then it tells you just how much you can actually, how much you would weigh on a different planet. We have a plasma ball, which is probably some of the students' most favorite activity in there. It's a lightning in a bottle, essentially, and when you put your hand on it, the lightning is attracted to your hand. And even more interesting, we've discovered this just recently, if kids have light-up shoes and they stand next to the plasma ball and touch the plasma ball, it'll actually cause their shoes to light up. So,
interesting.
just absolutely incredible, some of the things we can find out.
And the kids, again, their eyes just brighten up when you
exactly.
do those things. We're going to have to take another break, but we'll come back and continue this conversation with Andrew Kerr with the Blakemore Planetarium, which is part of the Museum of the Southwest. And what wonderful information you have, because this is a place you don't want to miss.
Yep.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.